everyone, and welcome to another educational video about screen printing by Catspit Productions. Thanks for clicking on my video. I appreciate that. I'm Jonathan. I'm your host, your tutor, your teacher, your educator, or what have you. And today, I just wanted to touch base with you guys. I know I haven't made a video in a really long time, a few months. But I am working on the e-commerce site and making it's a brand new e-commerce site, and I'm also working on attaching the little tutorial project, right? The membership tutorial site. Well, for now we're going to attach it to the e-commerce site. So it'll be a membership portion of the e-commerce site, and you'll be able to access my book with all the videos, 10 years of videos that are embedded in there, and then hopefully I'll get to remake some of those older videos as we move forward. All right, and also just want to wish everyone best wishes during this, weird, strange time. Everybody uses different words to describe it, but it's a difficult time for everybody, and that's partly why I'm doing this video today, because number one, I had a customer ask me how to print these fishing shirts that have this kind of flap in the back, okay, and in order to print them, actually, you want to think outside the box, right? So today, I just wanted to really quickly show you, because it's already getting 110 degrees out here. We've had some hot weather already here in Arizona, so it's getting warm. So I'm going to do this really quickly. And first, I just want to look at how we would put this fishing shirt on, which has this flap. And as you can see here right now, I have it loaded in a traditional manner, right? Which is what you would think, just load it traditionally and try to print the flap, but think outside the box. And also today I'm just going to show you how you can print a lot of other things besides textiles on your manual rotary press for t-shirts, right? So whatever you can get on the pallet and find the correct ink for that it'll bond to that particular material or substrate, right? You can print it. All right, so let's quickly just review a few things besides t-shirts. We'll look at this fishing shirt and some other little quick things. I have a little pile here just to kind of demonstrate, and maybe that could help you guys during this time where people are turning to print other things like masks and things like that. And you can expand the types of things you might offer. So let's take a quick look. Okay, so here's the first scenario. Like I said, it was a potential customer looking to possibly get some equipment and stuff to figure out how to print these fishing shirts, which have a little panel on the back. Okay, so it's two layers here. There is a flap or an extra panel. Okay, so that means there are two layers, right? So that makes it a little bit of a challenge to print. And all they want to print is just a little logo right over here across the shoulders. So in order to do it this way, the classic way would be to use a jacket hold down like this one and snug everything around here like this, which you could do. Oh, it's harder to do on the aluminum pallets. This thing here works better on like 3/4 MDF, but you can do it on aluminum too. You just kind of got to be cool and wiggle it on there a little bit. So this, as you can see, would be kind of a little pain, right? That wouldn't be, if you had the MDF pallets, it would be a lot easier. Something like that, And then you should be able to print this, and most likely you would want to do it with one hit. You understand? And you could set up the artwork traditionally on the screen doing it this way, but let's think outside the box, shall we? Okay, I hope this shot is okay. I was going to back the camera up a little bit, but so let's see here. So instead of loading it traditionally, I figured, well, it's got this flap. I've got a sleeve palette, and this is how we're going to load it. So we would load it like this, and we could use spray tack on the palette, right? So we could spray the palette with a little bit of spray tack, load the flap as so, as you see, right through the hole. Okay. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know if that's a good shot, but there's a little hole. Okay, so we just do like that. And then you could make some marks to make sure you know where you're putting it. You could possibly, do it at the edge, or like I said, a couple marks on the palette, flatten it out with spray tack. And then the way the screen, your artwork would have to be sideways. So this is obviously a traditional screen here, but all you would do is use the same exact setup, but your artwork would be lined up to the palette going sideways down the screen instead of, you know, horizontal over the shoulders in a traditional loading situation. Okay, so, you know, so this is what I'm saying. That's why I recommend having different palettes and things in your shop, right? So, for instance, here is, if I can swing this around without banging anything, over there, don't know how far the palette's out. Here's a little tiny palette. Okay, so this would be suitable for very small garments, but it also could be good for printing other items as well. All right, so what else could you print on a rotary textile press other than t-shirts? Quite a few things, actually. Of course, please don't forget that I sell screen printing equipment and supplies at catspitscreenprintsupply.com. It's a brand new e-commerce site, so go check it out today. Okay, so here's a standard aluminum pallet, you know, on the rotary textile press, and obviously anything flat that you can put on here, you can screen print. So these are pieces of plastic. So we could potentially screen print these on here and use a solvent-based ink for plastics or for this particular substrate. You might have to check and see what it is, and then you call a graphic ink manufacturer and you ask them, hey, I have this polypropylene, yada, 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 and what would be suitable to print on it that the ink is going to bond. So anything flat you can print, and if you have a little vacuum palette, that's great. I sell those, of course, but if you don't, you can use just basically cardboard with tape and make your little jig. Okay, I couldn't find a thin piece of cardboard because you really want kind of like a really thin piece of cardstock that's not thicker than, or too much thicker than your substrate, right? And then you can make 3 little points and lock in your parts if you want, right on a thing right here. And, you know, this is, you know, it might pick up a little bit with the screen, and if it does, you can always use masking tape on the corners and just put a little masking tape on the corners after it's in your jig, right? You make a little 3-point jig, and then you can mask tape down the corners as long as, of course, you don't have any printing going there, which, you know, hopefully you're printing well inside the piece, which is easier than doing a bleed print or something like that. But, okay, so something like that could be done right here on this. You could also do, of course, like, well, you know, here's a ruler. This is a little bit more technical, but rulers like these are screen printed usually. There was a big company in New York State called Fairgate, I think it was, and they used to make, this could be from them, in fact, but they used to make tons of rulers, and so you could print, like I said, any kind of flat item. You can build a little jig. You can use a little masking tape to hold it down. If you have a vacuum palette, that's even better. Okay? Then you got stuff like, I mean, literally, here's a little book. Don't want to show you all my contacts. No, not really. These are just people I meet at the show and stuff. But, you know, these are done. I don't know how that's actually stamped or something, but you could put somebody's logo on here, and you could say, you could hang it off here, right? And then when you put the art on the screen, you're going to put the art a little to the side, not all the way, because in a rear mount, this is why I like a rear mount press, okay? This is why I like a rear mount, okay? As opposed to a side mount or side clamp, right? So because I can move the screen over here, and now I'm in the middle of the screen to print this little piece, which is hanging off the side of the palette. Okay, so obviously my artwork, this is just one of my screens, but we would place our artwork, we would size it and place it probably right here is what I would do, unless you had different, you know, you could gang them up, you know, right? But you see, rear clamp screen or rear clamp press allows you to offset the screen, and we can print things that are hanging off the side of the palette like this type of thing. Okay? That means you could also do clipboards. So you can do it this way, right, with the clip hanging off. You could do it this way with the clip hanging off. Or you could possibly set it up and do it this way and make it so the screen, if your print was down here, you could just let the screen lie, you know what I'm saying? So you could put it on top. It's, you know, however you can load this and get your art where you want it to be, then you're good to go, because that's what the rear clamp allows you to do, right? So we can move we can even put the screen in sideways if we needed to for some apparent reason. I don't know why. I'm just saying that's the point, okay? Rear clamp screen gives us a lot of, rear clamp printhead press gives us a lot of versatility here. Okay, and again, you know, I mean, you could even go so far as binders. Same thing. This is an old Star Trek cards or something I had when I was in college or something. I don't remember, but again, you can hang it off here. And now we can position the screen and print pretty much the whole panel if you want. You could put it this way and then, you know, put your art on the screen sideways. Maybe you do this stroke, maybe do this stroke. Okay, so basically open your mind to what is possible by simply either, you know, mounting things in a way on the palette you're using, or, you know, using special palettes like the sleeve palette, or, you know, sleeve palette. We got little mini palette, sleeve palette. Okay, so that's it. Just wanted to give you a little fuel or food for thought. All right, so it's getting warm in here now, and that's all I have for you. Just a quick look. Wanted to say hello. I'm still here. I'm still making videos. I'm not going away. I'm just working on some things right now, and hopefully I'm going to get back to doing some printing videos real soon, okay? So stay tuned for that. And yeah, I just wanted to help maybe expand your horizons and open your mind as to what things you can actually print on your textile press, right? So just remember whatever you can get on the palette, but most importantly, make sure you're using the correct ink for that material or substrate. All right, again, blessings and best wishes to you all during this time. I hope everybody is safe and healthy, and thanks for all your support. Thanks for everybody who's ordering on the e-commerce site. I'd appreciate it. Thank you very much, and stay tuned for more videos in the future. Thanks for watching, and of course, see you next time.